What's up, guys? It's tonight. I'm back with another review of The Encore. BET Presents The Encore. This show is bomb. So, did y'all watch the latest freaking episode? So, it's a lot to get into, so let's just jump right in. So the episode kicks off with Felicia and Fallon basically arguing with Cosign, the producer, because as we saw in the episode before, they played one of the tracks and Cosign just stopped the track in the middle of them listening to it and said, "This is the wrong version, this is not the version I produced." And then the twins basically say, you know, who cares? Like, we don't care if it's your version, if it's our version and it's right to us, then that's the right version. And they just went back and forth with them and said that, you know, we're the producer. You know, basically, like, we don't need you. You're not our producer. We produce over here. What we say goes and all that. And Cosign just wasn't here for it. He felt attacked. And, you know, he just didn't understand. And kudos to Misha for actually being in the studio laying down some tracks. Okay? Because we need to see more of it. If you want more opportunities on these songs, just get up in there and go, girl. So Misha was ready to work. Like, she wasn't trying to jump on the whole bandwagon of, you know, screw Cosign and we done with him. She just like, the twins be on some BS. And I don't even know what Cosign's part is in this. I don't even know what's going on. And Keely's sneaky. She be saying like low stuff, like whispering stuff, but it kind of gets the girls more roused up. And you know, she's always on the drama side. Keely's never really the voice of reason. So that is pretty much why I think Pam just, you know, snapped on Keely. And I kind of really resonated with the fact that they said that Pam doesn't really talk. She's really quiet, but when she speaks, people listen. Because I'm very quiet as well, and I only say certain things when I really, really have something to say. So I kind of relate with Pam on that. But when Keely tried to play a victim and say, but I don't know why she had to use her words on me of all people. And it's just like, she's just pointing out what you're trying to hide. Because it's like Keely's over there like saying, oh yeah, you need to be on our team. Yep, y'all don't know why you're over there trying to defend him. You're with us. And she's just adding more fuel to the fire. Like, and she's being so low-key about it that somebody needs to call her out. And Pam decided to call her out instead of calling out the obvious twins who's been called out continuously. So it's like, Keely, stop trying to play victim. If you over here doing foul stuff, hello, somebody called you out on it. So what? Who cares? So let's get to the part where the girls are outside. Everybody has now confirmed Aubrey's gone. And it would have been nice to get a little farewell, like a little confessional with Aubrey saying she was going. She must have just dipped out, like straight up dipped out. We didn't even get a confessional goodbye, okay? So all the girls are outside and they're talking about how Aubrey has left and everything like that, and how they need to basically re-record all of Aubrey's parts, and somebody needs to do Aubrey's parts because apparently Aubrey was on all the songs, girl. So Aubrey was not a weakest link, which we will get to later on. So they need to re-record all of Aubrey's parts. I would be so annoyed, like, if these songs are basically done and then we gotta go back and re-record certain parts just because somebody left. Like, that's mad annoying. But it really bothered me when Keely was like, oh, you know, that's why you gotta start with as many girls as you can because we're gonna be losing a few and you can replace people. This is man. It's like, Keely, girl, please stop. Please stop being negative. Please be positive. Because if you're gonna be creative director, you have to bring positivity, even if you don't want to be positive. Okay? It's just like how we all switch into a whole different person when we go to work. Even if these people in here get on our darn nerves and we don't want to, like, you know, be professional, we have to do it anyway. So please stop being negative, okay? But the girls were talking about re-recording all Aubrey's parts, and then Misha and Irish wanted to be like, oh, well, we don't have a lot of lines. Misha's like, I only got like 3 lines, and and then Irish hop on, well, I only got about 2 words, or whatever the heck she felt like she got. And it's like, how many times are y'all going to cause a ruckus about not having enough lines? Y'all are bringing in that same issue and drama from 20 whatever something years ago in your group now to this situation, but you aren't changing your actions. Misha, you could solve this problem about not having enough lines if you worked on that muscle and wrote a song, okay? Laid it down, gave Irish a verse, you a verse, and then told the girls to hop on it. Boom. And if you would have done that 2 or 3 times, you would have created your own opportunity to have verses on several songs. But you didn't want to work that muscle, at least from our point of view. We didn't get that clip of you writing songs for the group when you could have. That would have been the easiest way for you to get verses on songs. Nobody would have told you nothing. You would have laid your verses down, told the girls to hop on it. Pam would have hopped on it. Shamari would have did a little something on it. Nivea would have got on it. The twins would have had to. Done. So now we're at the point where the girls are burning things from their past, or like an object or something that represents something from their past, to let that go. That was a cute little moment. Pam has a lot going on in her past. Like, she has a lot of things that she's been through. Like I said in the episode before, like, they really probably would have benefited from having like a counselor / like little therapy type sessions. It would have been, I don't know how this would fit in the show, but I really think a lot of these women need to speak with a therapist or some type of counselor or whatever like that, with some of their old group members, and really hash out and get a lot of those old problems out. That would have been dope to have incorporated in the show, or if they could, like, because a lot of them have a lot of stuff that they are holding on that's preventing them from being great. Now let's get to the crazy part. So this is how it leads up. Irish and Misha, I'm telling you, these two sisters, they be bringing the drama, but they just doing too much. They always in something, just like the twins, her sisters, causing trouble. They cause their own trouble as well, okay? So Irish and Misha were doing the dance routine. They were practicing with Shamari and Keily, and Keely's being her, I guess she's a choreographer now, trying to help out the girls and go over the dance routine. Not mad at Keily for that, but Irish didn't want no help from Keily, and Misha didn't really care for her either. And I just think it's because they just don't like Keily. I think if it was Shamari, or if it was Nivea, or anybody else besides the twins, or Keily, in Keely's position in that studio helping them go over dance moves, they would have been fine. But it was the fact that it was Keily. Because honestly, I think Keily was in a positive mindset in that scene, and I think she really did want to get them on point and make sure their mic cam was like this. Because if you practicing with your mic cam low, you're going to go out on stage and do the same thing. So they just didn't want to get any help or constructive criticism or anything at all from Keily. At all. And I understand why, because when they started doing the confessionals with Keily and the twins in the same confessional, they're like the mean girls. You know, like, it's just like them three against the whole house. It's ridiculous and very childish as well. And I think they are like the youngest in the house. Like, so it's just all real childish to me. But that led up to them going back into the studio, and Misha and Irish and Nivea were all up on the steps, and the girls were down in the studio, and Keely immediately started talking trash about Irish, which is something that women do. Like, it was natural. Drama happened, you see a girl not looking up to par, you're gonna go talk crap about her. So Keely was talking, they was just talking a little too loud, because Irish and Misha were right there listening to everything that they said, and they took offense to it, as anybody would. And that's what originally, I think, from the viewer standpoint, set Nivea off. Like, she was just ready to go. Well, as soon as that whole thing happened, because it's just like, y'all just had one emotional moment, burning stuff. You know, Nivea's balancing Aubrey being gone and losing a member, losing somebody who she was probably building a bond with, and she's not used to that. And now here we go, people just bringing each other down. So it was so interesting that Keely couldn't keep the same energy when Irish went to check her. I was like, okay, Irish, yes, get her together, because she needs to own up the fact that she was not willing to say all this stuff in front of your face, but she is very, very willing to talk crap about you to the other girls when you are not around. And we don't do stuff like that. Like, that's not cool, that's whack, that's real, like, you a punk. So Keely responds and says, oh, I did say it to your face. And she's like, not when we were, you know, rehearsing, not in the little dance studio. And Keely's like, well, I didn't want to start anything. It's like, no, Keely, you just ain't ready to knock if you bug. Like, you just not ready to get it popping and say that in somebody's face. And then like when somebody does confront you, you're like, oh, I don't want to start. Like when Nivea got in her face, she's like, whoa. It's like, Keely, you don't want to fight, which I do not want any of these ladies to fight. But the things that you do and say will cause somebody to want to fight you. But once somebody's ready to put their hands up or come within 6 feet of you in an aggressive way, you go all victim. Okay? And hands up, like you don't want nothing to do with it. Stop causing it then. That's all I'm going to say. Stop causing it. But when the twins freaking say you need to sit down before your blood pressure get high, girl, they be saying fighting words too, because I'm telling you, if Misha and Irish was rowdy, oh, one of them would have swung. They had a lot of patience. How do you not expect somebody to be offended by that to the point where they want to curse you out or yell at you or swing? You joking on this lady because she's older and saying her blood pressure gonna get high? Girl, that's a shady read. That's shady. Oh my God. I'm not gonna say it's not funny, but that's shady as hell. So this is where Nivea has had it. She's basically like holding Misha back so Misha doesn't like continue to get riled up and try to get in the twins' face even more, because Misha was kind of getting in front of Fallon's face a little too much, and they start talking about each other's wigs and stuff like that. And Nivea's like, why do we have to tear each other down? Let's just help each other out, you know? And she's basically saying, if you feel like somebody can't dance, just help them, like, you know, instead of just like talking down on them and making them feel like crap. And then when the twins said, oh, we're only as strong as our weakest link, the twins really couldn't clean that one up, because once you say that, it's a very common phrase to say, you're only as strong as your weakest link, is when you're working with a group of people. But it would have been okay if it was just a general statement made, if y'all were just talking about the progression of the group, like, yep, we're only as strong as our weakest link, you guys, so let's just all really work hard, blah blah blah. If there was no prior conversation or no prior activity, like if y'all just woke up in the morning and y'all like, yeah, let's bang out these songs, you're like, yep, we all need to come and give 100% because we're only as strong as our weakest link, so we need to push hard, everybody needs to be 110%. Just like more of a general thing. But when you just was talking about Irish and how she can't dance and how the camera's gonna be focusing on her and she's gonna look stupid, and then you bring up the weakest link statement, that just clearly points out who the weakest links are, you know? And it's just like, you don't have to say the obvious, but that just clearly points out who they are, so they're gonna react to it negatively, you know? So there was a way you could have said it to clean it up, but it was just bad timing. But yeah, that sets Nivea off, because she's just like, what the heck? And then Felicia's just kind of like, you know, Nivea, I never seen you stand up for anybody else. You don't fight for nobody else or whatever. But when Nivea says, oh, if I heard this stuff, I would want to come down here and punch a girl in the face, like, just like the twins and Keely just, whoop, they just quiet. Like, once somebody ready to fight, they don't say nothing. You know, like, they just like, okay, we kind of probably took this a little too far. Like, we ain't really want to go this far. Let's just shut up. Like, you know, it's just like, why are y'all so good at egging things on and taking it to 10, but then when you get the other person to 10, y'all want to back up and say that you're not the bad person? Like, I just don't understand that. So Nivea had it, and she was just spazzing out. She was ready to go. And Nivea she's the only person who wasn't in a girl group, and I'm glad she wasn't. You know, it seems really toxic, and a person can't take on all that negativity every day. I couldn't live in that house. I'm glad Nivea left. I'm glad Aubrey left. It's just too negative. It's so divided. It's like Misha and Irish versus Keely, Felicia, and Fallon. That, like, it's just crazy. So Shamari, good luck. Pam, good luck. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And apparently in the next episode, it looked like Misha ready to square up with the twins. So we gonna see what happens, y'all. And I'm gonna be right here to talk to y'all about it. So make sure you like and comment on this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.